I grew up here since '97. I was born and raised in Mississippi, but then '97 we moved up here. Then when I turned 18, I went to college and didn't look back for a while. This 2010 was actually my first out of kitchen experience, but I was in the kitchen several times way before that when I was still living here. And then I fell in love with it, and despite graduating from college twice, I kept doing this, and this is what I fell in love with. So I was in Knoxville for 7 years, and then Nashville for 8. I found him in Nashville. He and I ran a very high-end restaurant together for about a year before we both separated from the restaurant. And we've just kept in contact since. And this was able to happen, and I called him and said, hey, just want to let you know you're moving to Abingdon, Virginia with me. And he goes, cool, let's do it. Josh and Celia Fuller own the tavern. I grew up with them. They are some of my best friends in the world, and they've always known that if this particular space was to ever come available, to call me and I'd be home in 2 days. And they called me last September, October. I was home in 2 days. It was very frustrating. Shipping times alone. We ordered and paid for our kitchen in February, and we didn't receive it until June. So we just kept waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. But everyone all over the world is experiencing that right now, so it's not like we were a one-off or a 2 or a 3-off. It was just, we looked at it as an opportunity to kind of, let's fine-tune some other things. It gave me a chance to spend a little bit more time outside without having to spend every waking moment in here.
I would say that mostly is the personal passion, but also you have to have a vision. Before I create a dish, I already have in mind, how the plate should look. But of course there are always adjustments. Each dish that goes out, has 6, 7, 8 layers of touching and adjusting before it goes out. So it takes time. It's not just from the pan to the dish. That's just the beginning. Then you starting to build up. You never stop learning. And you want to always upgrade, always do better. So having changing the menu every week, that gives us the chance to, to create, to experience, new areas and new dishes as well. Because I'm Italian, we have the Italian basics, but because it's also a Mediterranean restaurant, you can really play around, through the coasts, of Liguria, the Naples, the Amalfi Coast, Sicily, to the east coast of Italy. So there is a large variety of cooking there. And plus I love to cook fish, which we have a lot in the Mediterranean. Obviously, we are a little bit different than the other restaurant around the area, and different doesn't mean that you're better. Everybody's different, but I think we are different. Our food, our presentations, our point of view is different.
Are you adapting it for here, or are you trying to get as close as you can to home in some dishes, or a little bit of both?
No, I don't change my recipe. No, I want to stay true to the recipe. In the kitchen, it's not just about the chef, because if you don't have the right crew behind you, the chef can only do so much. And personally, I don't like, this is my opinion and my point of view, that the chef always get the credit, because I know what's behind the chef. You have a brigade, you have a crew that does a lot of work that people don't see it. My executive sous chef, Gabriella Gredi, she's amazing. So I'm very fortunate about that. You can never sit comfortably, never. Because, once you get nominated, the expectation is there, so you can really relax. So we are nominated. That's when the real work starts.